Welcome back. This is Deadly Bragos, or you can call me Bragos. So, guys, I want to teach you or highlight something. So, guys, what do you know by education? The meaning of education. What does education mean to you? Do you know the meaning? Do you know why the word education exists, or it is just a word you've heard somewhere else and you don't know what it really entails? So, guys, I will be taking you through education, what education entails, what is the function of education, and I hope by the end of this video you can resonate or you can join the others who know what education is by actually just listening to this video and capturing every context that I will be displaying in one, two, three. Let's go, guys. So I'll be taking my energy drink here to sharpen my voice. So, what is education, guys? So, education is both a process and a product. It is both a process and a product. And as a process, education can transmit values from one generation to the next. Yes, it can. So from my first introduction, I said education is both a process and a product. So if I use the word product, means as a process. So I said education is a process and a product. So as a process, education transmits values from one generation to the next. So these values include knowledge, skills, attitudes deemed important to the survival of the society. So the values that education transmits include knowledge, skills, attitude deemed important for the survival of our society. What is the meaning of a society in our definition? The society essentially means our nation, the 42 tribes or 43 now. The entire county is 47 counties, the society as a general. So that is what the meaning of the society in this context is. So, as a product, I want to discuss education as a product. So, as a product, education is a subtotal of acquisition of values. This is the subtotal of acquisition of values, which is usually evident in certification. So, thus, education has a dual purpose as not only helps the individual but the society as well. So the real characteristics of education is that it emphasizes all-round development of individuals, e.g. So let me repeat that because that is very important point. So the real characteristics of education is that it emphasizes all-round development of individual. So for instance, physical development of a person, for this case, is size, health, looks, and physical fitness. Number two of my development around development of individual is the emotional development. So the way he feels and express his feelings. So the emotional development essentially means the way an individual feels and expresses his feelings. So my third point is that social development. So an individual can develop socially in a way that he relates to other people in his environment and the way other people feel the effect of his behavior towards them. Let me repeat the social development. So the way he relates, so the way an individual relates to other people in his environment and the way other people feel about the effect of his behavior towards them. I'm a Kalenjin man. Some of the words will sound really awkward. So now my fourth point is intellectual development. Yeah. So the way his brain works and reasoning ability. So intellectual, so education essentially emphasizes around development of an individual, mainly physical development, emotional development, social development, and intellectual development, and of which I have explained in the simplest wordings. So I want to go further and allow you guys to just think about what I've just said before I dwell on another task in here. All right, are you good? Stretch a bit. All right, okay. Welcome back, guys. I want to touch on a little something on education. So, major tasks of education. So, what is the importance of education? What are the major tasks? Why is education important? So, point number one is that education helps in nurturing individuals' emotions. So, let me explain. Nurturing the individual emotions so that they are controlled and exhibited in a way they are not harmful to other people. Education essentially nurtures the individual emotions. So for this case is that education can be able or can enable or can make someone control his emotion and exhibit control and exhibited way that are not harmful to other people. I know I've confused you, but let me just explain. So through nurturing individual emotion, an individual can control his temper, can control his wording, because some people can use very unpalatable words. So point number one can really control. So point number two is nurturing the individual so that he grows up to interact in a social approved manner with other people in the society. Okay, number 2 point is that I will repeat it. So nurturing the individual so that he grows up to interact in a social approved manner with other people in the society. So, education should prepare one for life in the society. So that is point number 3. Education should prepare one for life in the society. Point number 4 is that education help one learn accumulated wisdom of his society. So an individual will be able to learn all the accumulated wisdom of his society. Point number 4 is that education help one to learn to live in the society and interact with other people. So without education, people will never learn to live with other people or interact with other people. So point number 5, and which is my last point, is that education helps one to learn to survive in a given society by acquiring knowledge and skills which enable him learn enable him earn a living. So or take care of himself, understand the rights and responsibilities, and contribute to his quota to the development of the community. So as long as we live, as long as we are alive, we are constantly learning and acquiring new knowledge, new insights into problem, adjusting to changing times and environment. So education is therefore a continuum that runs from cradle to the grave. And years spent on formal schooling is just a point along the continuum. So that was all about education. I know I've managed to confuse you thoroughly, and that is what I really intended. So that was me. All the best.